Hello everyone, today I've just got a project share for you. I was asked if I could show my little sewing machines once I'd finished them, and so I finished them finally. So I thought I would show you them quickly. These are the Matchbox sewing machines, and they're pretty much the same. There are some differences on them. I've used all similar materials for them. Just there are slight differences, so they're not identical. Just noticed a little bit up there. Okay, starting off with the Matchbox itself, I've used the beautiful wide lace from DC Scrap and Rooster, and I covered it going that way, and then another piece going over the top that way, and then I have a circle doily over the top of the Matchbox, and then another one. But what I've done with this one is cut the center of the doily out and just ruffle the outer edge, not all the way around, sort of from there all the way to there, and left this part flat. Then I have a little applique piece from DC Scrap and Rooster, who is an Airy as well. She sent me quite a few beautiful appliques, so I have used them on here, and these are also pieces of her lace as well. I have some tulle just wound in around the base there with pearls and some satin flowers, and I think they were from Hazel quite a long time ago, and I just tea stained those, and these are my own little flowers, and I think I've got 3 left. I found those thrifting last year, and that's the last stem I have left, so I'm so glad that I've used them. And pearls, I've already said that. Some more little beautiful vintage flowers down here, little ruffled flower that I made with my own lace there, and they're decorated around the back as well. A flower I've made for the winder, and then a tulle flower under it, a little applique piece that's been tea-dyed under here, and that was from Rita, and then just this lovely little flower here was also from Rita as well. I've got a little spool on top with a little bit of thread going around it. This holding it in here is actually a very long stick pin, and it goes all the way down, so that's not going anywhere. That it's also got glossy accents on it all the way down, so that will stay in there nicely. This one here is also a stick pin. I think that was slightly smaller, but I did trim the end of it off. I have a little bead, little acrylic piece there. I don't know what they're called, I'm sorry, it's like a flower. This beautiful wedding applique I've used on the machines is from Michelle. Thank you so much, Michelle. I love that on the machines themselves. So on the ends I just have some more of this lace from DC Scrap and Rooster, and on that end I've used one of the little flowers from that Michelle sent me, and some those little screw-in doorknob things. I'm not sure. I'm not sure whether they're from Kaiser Craft, those ones, to be honest. I think a couple of different brands make them. That's what they look like on that side, and they're nice and sturdy. And I've just left the inside of the box in the same style that it was before, and as I said before, I have triple cardboard on the end there just so that it's nice and strong. So that's the first one, and I won't go into too much detail with the other ones because they're all using similar things, but I love the way it looks. I just, you know, when you're making them, they don't look like much until you get to the part where you're decorating it and putting this flounce around things and then all of a sudden you think, oh, they're so pretty. So I really do enjoy making them. So there's that one there, and there's this one here, there are slight differences, like that's a different bead and a different stick pin here. But other than that, very much the same. So there's that one there. There's another one here, and I think this is the one I might be keeping for myself. I'm not quite sure, mainly because there's a couple of things that I'm not happy with on it, so I'll probably keep it for myself. It's the end of it there, and it doesn't have a spool because I only had 3 little spools, and so this one just has it's actually a broken stick pin, and I collected the pieces and then made this out of it. So that's a smaller, like that size stick pin going in there, but once again it does have the glossy accents in it. So that's that one. So there, those ones, and then this is the last one I made, and I'm so happy with how this one turned out. It's really, really pretty. Wasn't too sure about it at first because I actually covered the machine in this glittery tulle fabric, and I didn't particularly like the way it looked. But as I said, when you start decorating it, it seems to come to life, and now I really like the way it looks. And it's even got a nice little bird on top of this spool, and it's got the thread in its mouth with threads underneath, like it's collecting it to make a little nest. So I've got the pink appliques from DC's Scrap and Rooster here, and it's actually just one applique, and inside, oh, and the box actually has pink fabric and that glittery fabric underneath the cream lace as well. This is part of the applique here, and they're the end bits from it as well. So it's quite a large applique, and I'm just putting that in there for the time being. I don't think there's any other difference besides the colour. It does have a couple of crystals in this one. Oh, and a pink flower on the end there as well. And like I said, I did paint the spool pink on this one. So they're the little sewing machines I've made, and I'm very pleased with them. I think they're really, really cute. Love the size of them. And like I said, that's the small size. This is it's like a quarter size, and then this is the half size. So you can see the difference there. And then there's the full size one, of course. So I've made those, and the next things I made were these little I think they're called Snippet Clips. It's an idea from Doreen from Ooh La La Vintage Treasures. I think they're really sweet. That's just an applique I've put there, and they're made from these old hairdressing clips or something. A while ago I found a couple of those when I was thrifting, but they were new, and I was only able to find 2 of them. But then the other week, and I forgot to show it in my thrifting thing, I found a whole bag, and I'm talking a big bag, and it's full of all these old clips. So these are the ones I've used today. I've used one of each style, the really big one, because the only ones I could find at the shops had the alligator teeth in, and I didn't want the alligator teeth. That one there, which is a straight one, that one looks the same, but it's actually got little bumps in it. And then this little tiny one here, which also has some little bumps in it as well. So they're the different clips that I've used. And that's the little pink one that I've made. And I've just used some more trim from Neri, a little bit of that glitter, a bit of wedding applique, and some offcuts of the lace and the fabric from making the sewing machines. I had a whole pile of scraps over here, and it's dwindling down lovely, so I'm making lots of things with the scraps. And I've made some more of these, and I've put them on the bags that I showed I did a tutorial on making the CD bags, and these are some larger ones I made as well. And I'll put a link to that in the description box below that video. And these are the little snippet clips that I've made just to close these bags rather than put anything on the back. I thought I might just put a little clip on the top there, and I've decorated them with some of this lovely beaded yarn. I guess it's not actually beads, I don't think, but it looks like tiny little beads. Some die cuts, Tim Holtz die cuts, some more offcuts from DC Scrap and Rooster, and laces, some tulle, my flowers, and some little flowers from Michelle. So that's that one. That's this one. That's the little snippet clip there. And that's that envelope there. And I really do like it. I have yet to put things in them, of course, and that's the last one. That's the snippet clip. That's the long one, as you can see. And they're not meant to come apart, the snippet clips. They're just meant to be decorative, and that's that envelope decorated there. So that's those ones that I've made. But that's not all. I also made a couple of little pouches or envelopes, I think you can call them. I watched a video from Gail this morning, and she mentioned a lady, and I had it written down here somewhere. I'll put it on the screen. I'm very sorry about that. It must be down in the other room. She has a tutorial on making these little pouches. Of course, I've changed mine up just a little bit. She had like the office envelope circles with the twine to go right around like that. Let me show you. I made some a while ago. Very similar. Oh goodness. And that this sort of thing. I followed a tutorial by Laurie Marie Jenkins, I think it is, and she was making these out of one paper bag. And so I made all these out of one paper bag. I think it was a typo bag. And I haven't used them yet. Is that? Oh, these are going to be closed like this one, that's right. But this is what I want to show you. This is how this lady had hers done. And these are flat. These don't have a gusset on the side. And I've just covered my paper bag in the lovely lace dress that I found. So all of those out of one paper bag wasn't too bad at all. But anyway, getting back to what I was talking about. This is the one. See how it's got little gusset in the side there? And all I've done is, instead of doing the little wraparound thing, mainly because I didn't have a, I used buttons on the other ones, but I didn't have, I've only got the crocodile. I don't have the big one, the big bite that can get down here and things like that. So I decided just to use one of my baby craft buttons. And I've just put one of those little clips on the back there, button clip to hold it. So there's no sewing involved in that part at all. Bit of seam binding tied around it. And these are made out of wallpaper. And that's what I loved about them, the fact that they're made out of wallpaper. But I am finding that it's not holding very well with the double-sided tape, so I might have to just put a bit of glue along there as well. But I love how it's using the wallpaper. I'm a big fan of wallpaper and things, so that's one that I've made. And I've got the blue on the outside and the pink, my favourite pink, on the inside. And then this one is pretty much exactly the same, but see how I've got the lace going in opposite directions on it, just to add a bit of interest there. That one's at the bottom and it's on the top on that one. And this one is the other way around. It's got the floral design on the outside, and it's got the blue the blue wallpaper on the inside. So they'll be nice to put some little gifts in. Obviously she was using hers for journal work and things like that, but I thought this is nice to put some lace or a little gift for somebody when you're sending happy mail. I thought it was just very pretty idea. And this little bit of ribbon here is from Debbie, who is Crafty Stuff. Thank you, Debbie. That's not all. I've still got, oh, that's what I wanted to show you. If you have bought any appliques or anything from DC Scrap and Rooster, who is Neri, she sends them in these little bags, and they're all sealed, so you're pretty, you know, you have to cut the top off to get into them. And I wasn't sure what to do with them, but then I discovered that there's stickers. See how sticky that is? There's stickers, so you can use those in your journals if you want. So I've done a couple. I just did them quickly. I've cut it arched, like a, you know, I've curved the front part there so it's easy to get into. And then I've just stuck some lace around there, a bit of tulle and a little flower. And on that one there as well. So how easy is that? So if you have got those from there, don't throw them away. You can use those in your journals and things. Just thought I'd let you know that. Then the last thing I have to show you, oh, yes, the last thing I have to show you is some little, I think, altered or decorative popsicle sticks. See, we don't call them popsicle sticks here. I would call these tongue depressors, or I think they even use these to put body wax on and things like that. But anyway, this lady called them popsicle sticks, and I will put a link to her tutorial in the description box below as well. And I thought they were very cute, and once again she was putting them into journals and things, but I thought, well, that might be nice to wrap some lace around and send to somebody, or some sari silk or seam binding or something like that. I just thought they were really easy to put together. I put a doily on the back of mine because I had, from the sewing machines, I had the little centre doily pieces, so I've used all those as well. Been very good at using all my scraps. These are all the scraps and things from the sewing machines. I think these images all come from Tsunami Rose. I printed them out ages ago, and I cut them out. I cut them out ages ago too, probably before Christmas. So I have slightly inked around the edge, not very dark though. I did use this one around the edge of the pictures, the antique linen. And what I did, I left these are normally natural. They're normally a natural colour like this, and I found these at the thrift store, so I don't know where you would buy them. I just got lucky one day and found some a long time ago, and I've never really done anything with them, so this was nice. They're usually natural. What I did with these ones was I inked these ones up using, not that one, I inked these ones up using the Vintage Photo, but the thing was they came out a little bit too dark, so then I whitewashed over the top of those ones. So there we go, there's my little flowers. I've got some eyelash trim, I've got lace scraps, the doily, bit of tulle, some of these lovely vintage stamens, and the picture. And they've all got the same elements on them. So there's those three, and then the last three I made are pretty much the same, but I did it in reverse. I actually painted or whitewashed the sticks first, and then I stamped on them with the antique linen, and they have a much softer look. If you can see the colour, it's a much softer look than this one here. But that's that one, and once again all the images are from, I'm pretty sure they're from Tsunami Rose. So there we go. They're my altered popsicle sticks. I And I thought that was a nice way to use my scraps. So I will put a link to that, like I said, in the description box below. I also want to say thank you to Pam. Pam sent me a lovely little desk calendar. Thank you so much, Pam, because I do not have a calendar in here, and I don't normally bring my phone down here or anything like that either. So this is very handy. It just sits on my little shelf there in front of me. And she also sent me some lovely little punch-out flowers. Those sweet little flowers that she sent me before. So thank you so much for that, Pam. And I'm pretty sure that is all I wanted to show you tonight. I have got things on the go. Show you those at the moment. They're secrets. There we go. There's all my projects, and I hope you like them. Thank you so much for watching, and I shall be back in a couple of days to share something else with you. So take care, everybody. Bye bye.